Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Jared at 3Cs. Check this out. We just purchased this bike from Danny Lewis. Now Danny is a factory support rider. He rides for Beta USA on their hard enduro program. Thought I would spin this camera around and give you a walk around. We haven't touched it yet. We really want to start working on it, so I need to do this video today. Just want to do a really cool video like, hey, what do these guys run? What kind of bikes do they have? So if you want to try doing hard enduro, how much different is the bike that you ride from what they get? Let's check it out. The only place that I saw Danny ride this summer myself was at the Tennessee Knockout. That's the only hard enduro that I made it to. And he was obviously there, and I actually have a little bit of footage of him because he was really close to Mark. He and Mark were battling pretty hard. It was pretty cool. Danny ended up pulling away from Mark at the end. It was good.
You're doing great! Keep it up! So, third, fourth. Come on, Mark! One more spot. Mark's halfway up and Danny's coming. That's awesome. On a Beta. Gotta cheer him on. He's a good dude. They're both top 4. So either way, it's sick. Hey, you want water? You good? Finish it! Finish it!
2 weeks ago, Danny reached out to us and asked if we would purchase his 2025 race bike before it was due to turn in. And I thought it'd be a great opportunity because, as you know, we have our own hard enduro program. And I've done this before. This is not the first bike out of the hard enduro program that we've ended up with. But I thought for Mark Fortner, he's been running that cross trainer for 2 years. I thought maybe it was time that we upgrade him back to an RR model, or a race edition, that is. So now Danny did, if we start right here in the front, you can see these rims have taken a beating. Maybe not as many dents on the front rims just because like their wheel tap and stuff, they're not, you can kind of see right there, a little bit of a dent. Now Danny told me this bike had about 40 hours on it, so I don't know if this was like a second part of the race season bike or if this was his race bike for the whole season, but you can see kind of the abuse bouncing through those rock gardens. This side, there's quite a few scrapes on these forks. Now, these forks and shock are factory Beta off-road kits in here, but whoever this is revalved it for Danny specifically. So factory Beta suspension, but with M2R did it for Danny. So cool for him. Now you can see this rotor guard over here is taking a ton of abuse, and that's the benefit of having this rotor guard right here. Because if this wasn't on there, this rotor would have been catching all of those dents, right? So it keeps it a little bit straighter. And this side of the rim, if we just spin it fast, not too bad. You can see the fork guard got quite a few road rash signs up through here. Now I'm pretty shocked with how good this pipe looks. I'm wondering if Danny stuck a newer pipe on it after, you know, part of this season. Because Mark's pipes never look this nice after a hard enduro. There's only like 2 on that side and 3 or 4, we call them power dents, added to the side there. He has the, oh gosh, is this AXP or S? I guess I don't know, it's half rubbed off. I don't know that company's logo, I apologize. But what it is a thicker skid plate with a linkage guard in it. Then you can see how much it's been abused. It's got the shock bolt is worn about 1/3 of the way through that. So these guys are continuing to splattering into stuff. And I noticed that Danny's got different foot pegs on here. These are flow pegs, and they're pretty tight in the frame still. Like there's usually a decent amount of slack right here, or slop. Mark actually sheared both foot pegs off of his cross trainer at the same race. So Mark raced for like 3 hours without foot pegs at one point this summer. And I noticed like, what I thought was interesting is Danny still had the headlight on this thing because we usually just run a number plate. So I don't know if Beta wanted that on there for the look, like if Beta wants to keep that Enduro look, they don't want the number plate. I'm not sure specifically why that is still on there. While we're right here in the front, we'll notice that these radiators are buckled a little bit. So you can tell the plastics aren't sitting in there perfect. Like it's pushed out pretty good right here. There you go, better example, my finger fits under there. And the only reason why that would be pushed out is because this radiator is pushed back. You can see this one, these arms are normally straight across right there. And so the radiators are dented pretty good. And I noticed on here, Danny made this plug rather than using the Samco hose kit plug. If you've watched my videos, you know that I'm not in love with the Samco. They make this little nipple thing that fits over this, but it does not clamp very well. So I kind of like what he did. He kind of came up with his own plug. A little bit taller, but we know it's not gonna pop off of there, right? That one's still got like the factory crimp on the bottom. Other than that, that is that Samco hose kit. Except down here, this looks like the stock. Now we need to like push this back out. You can tell the pipe is pushed back into the coolant hose right there. That's interesting. That lower hose is the stock beta hose, but the rest of the kit is the Samco hose kit. So that's he's got a mix and match going on there. It's the dual spark plug design, so it's got both up in there. Again, this was done by Factory Beta. My hands are already dirty. Factory Beta did the suspension, but the coils and everything look the same. The frame mounts, the subframe. Now this is funny. This is a plastic subframe. It's not broken or bent. His frame guards are definitely snapped off there. So this frame guard, we're gonna throw these away. The rear brake. Now I was interested that I thought it was interesting that he didn't go to the fast clevis, like that would take all this slop out of there. He's got it just the way it would be stock. And this brake sensor, I'm surprised he left that brake sensor on there too. These are all little things that we would discard, right? So you can just get rid of that sensor. And I also noticed up here he had this banjo bolt still has that sensor on it. So we can remove those for Mark. And then coming down through here, the swing arm's just taking tons of hard Enduro abuse. Look at that rear rotor guard, it's all knurled up. And just all the, I mean, this is all normal hard Enduro stuff. None of this bothers us. Like Mark's gonna do the same thing to it. Look at all the dents on this pipe. The pipe almost looks like it's got a new bend to it. And we're gonna cut this down. I'm sure Mark will hack this. Mark will probably cut it before this or just after that mount. So we will make that silencer much shorter for Mark. You can tell Deanie stitched this rear fender. Now we're just gonna completely throw this plastic kit away. We have no need for any of these plastics. And then, like I said, Deanie put stock tires back on this. He didn't leave like a gummy on here, but this rear rim was dented pretty good somewhere. There's a dent there. Maybe it was there's a dent there. Maybe it was this side. Those are pretty good. Oh yeah, there's a dent right there. It's a good one. These would be a great set of practice trims for Mark. I mean, hard Enduros, those dents aren't going to matter. We will do a new chain guide because that one is gone. There's hardly anything left of that. I like this Bulletproof Designs guard here. Boy, it looks bent though. I wonder if it's supposed to have a curve in or not. I'm not 100% sure on that guard, but this is junk. We will 100% do a new chain guide there. Again, the frame is pretty tore up. This lower chain guide's also, or the front guide that wraps around, it's got some chunks out of it. Now, I don't know if Deanie, kind of looks like this is on all the time because you can see like the wear marks. Some guys leave the kickstands on, some don't. And if you're curious what Deanie's running for gearing, I kind of am too. Boy, this sprocket's probably not going to be able to tell me. What I'll do is I'll count it, and then I'll put a little picture in here telling you what it is. And same with the front. I'm going to guess that's a 12. You can tell that subframe, he pinches pretty good, right? It's pretty worn down right there, the subframe is. Another shot of that skid plate. If you guys know what logo that is, go ahead and leave a comment. Now this motor is pretty corroded. It's it did get hauled up here in the salt, and I washed it really, really good. But I just think this motor had a little bit of corrosion on it to begin with, and the seat's all ripped on this thing, which is fine. We'll put a new cover on it. This radiator's also smashed pretty good. You can see it's bent. Now these are still holding coolant. We're just going to run them the way they are, but I'm sure eventually we'll end up putting new radiators on it. They do have the bulletproof front guards on there. And Deanie has, what we like to do is put the fan on its own switch here. So now that fan is extremely loud. I don't know. We'll leave that fan on there, but I have a feeling that it's probably going to come unglued at some point. Deanie has the arc. Let's see, he's got arc on both sides. No, he's got an arc. Does it say arc on it? Yeah, arc lever, clutch side. And then brake side is a flow lever. Now this one, I almost want to say that it, okay. Oh, that's cool. It can bend up too and out. We need to put a new rubber boot on that to keep the dirt out of there. And just like Mark, he runs these are like, you can put like pouches of like liquid pouches. I can't remember what Mark calls them, like hydration stuff. You put them under there and tuck it all in. That way you have some sort of nutrition with you for those long races. And this definitely has the race harness on it. So, oh, he's got stuff backwards. Kill switch is over here and start button's over here. But it is the race harness now, which means this isn't really going anywhere. It just means it's tied in back there. He's got the map switch down here. He must be super glued it onto the frame there. You know what I just noticed is Danny runs a stock tank. He does not run an oversized gas tank because an oversized tank wouldn't let you do that. I'm not sure if Mark's going to want to do an IMS or if he's just going to want to do the stock tank on this. Let's pull this off and just give you guys a peek. Yeah, it's not even plugged in. There's nowhere for this to even go. So he's got some tape kind of hiding some of that stuff there. And so you can see he's got the fan switch running down, wired in right there. It runs down to the back. I'm not sure where he's pulling power from. Oh, he's got a strap on the back. This is exactly the same strap that we have on Mark's. So let's see, pull the seat off. And so he's not pulling power for the fan from back here because there's no connectors back here. So I'm not sure. I'd have to take the gas tank off to see where Danny stole power for that fan. But typical hard enduro mess underneath there, which is fine. We're going to strip this thing right down to the frame and go through it. So it still has a TPS sensor in there, which I just did a video on the fact that we delete most of those. So I guess the whole point is you guys can pretty much own one of these. I don't think that motor is anything special. That's a standard 300 race edition. There's no special porting, polishing, or gearing done to that thing. I mean, other than Danny putting on his guards and just being a really good rider, it's pretty obtainable for you guys to buy one of these bikes and build it. You could buy a 300 race edition, put some of these guards on there, and then head out and do the same type of ride. All right, guys, thanks for following along. I thought that would just be a really cool walk around. I didn't really spot anything special. If I missed something, if you see something in the footage that you think is special about this bike, leave a comment down below. If you guys don't mind, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button. It really helps our videos grow and explode across the internet. It really helps us out. So enjoy the ride. I'll see you on the trail.